Welcome to Zen Invests. To launch this channel, we are going to tackle the single biggest headache in personal finance. It is the problem that keeps millions of people tossing and turning at 3 a.m. The question is, once you have signed your name on that mortgage contract, and suddenly you have some extra cash flow, what should you do with it? On your right shoulder, you have a financial angel whispering, "Hey, invest it. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world." Look at your friends bragging about their stock market gains. But on your left shoulder, the debt nightmare is screaming, "You owe $500,000. Every month you are a slave to the bank just to pay interest. Pay off the debt immediately." The truth is, both of those voices are lying to you. Today, I am not just going to throw some surface-level numbers at you. We are going to dissect a real-world mathematical problem worth millions of dollars. I will show you the amortization trap that banks do not want you to look at too closely. I will show you the hidden risks of the stock market that brokers often ignore. And finally, I will introduce the F-squared rule, or the Financial Freedom Fund, a hybrid strategy that helps you sleep soundly while getting rich. Go make a cup of coffee, because we are diving deep into the real numbers right now. To be fair, we need an example that is accurate to the current market. Let's imagine the following scenario. You have a loan amount of $500,000. The term is a 30-year fixed mortgage. The interest rate is 7% per year. This means your monthly payment for principal and interest is $3,327. Now let's assume you get a promotion or your business takes off. After paying all living expenses, you have exactly $1,000 in fresh cash left over every single month. The million-dollar question is, where does this $1,000 go? Does it go straight into a brokerage account to buy the S&P 500, or does it go straight into the loan account to kill the principal debt? We will run simulations for both of these scenarios over the remaining 29 years of the loan, and I promise the results will surprise you. Let's start with the choice that 90% of financial experts on social media will advise you to take. Invest. You decide to ignore the debt. You pay only the required minimum of $3,327, and you use that extra $1,000 to buy an index fund. We are going to make two assumptions. First, history shows the market returns about 10%, but to be safe, let's use 9%. Second, we assume your salary will increase, so the amount you invest also increases by 3% per year. So, what is the result after 29 years? You persist in investing without stopping. The power of compound interest starts to explode around year 15 or 20. By year 29, when you finish paying off the house on the normal schedule, your investment account hits a massive milestone. You will have $1,834,000. Nearly $2 million. It sounds amazing, right? You have a paid-off house after 30 years and $1.8 million in cash. Case closed? Not yet. Let's look at the dark side of this scenario. This is the part that investment gurus usually skip. You need to understand how the bank calculates your money. It is called amortization. Imagine your loan is a stack of 10 bricks, and each brick is worth $50,000. In the first year, you pay the bank a total of about $40,000. By common logic, you would think you have paid off almost one whole brick, leaving a debt of $460,000, right? Wrong. After 1 year of breaking your back to pay $40,000, your actual principal balance has only decreased by exactly $4,000. You heard me correctly, $4,000. So where did the other $36,000 go? It went straight into the bank's pocket as interest. In the early years, 88% of your payment is interest, and only 12% is principal. It takes 242 months. That is over 20 years. For the amount you pay toward principal to finally exceed the amount paid toward interest. That means for the first 2 decades, you are essentially renting your own home from the bank at a premium price. This is why banks love 30-year mortgages. It is their ultimate money printing machine. Now let's see what happens if you use that extra $1,000, increasing by 3% annually to pay directly into the principal. The power of prepayment is this. Unlike the monthly payment, which is split mostly into interest, 100% of this extra money goes to reduce the loan principal. When the principal drops, the interest calculated on that principal also drops immediately. The domino effect begins. The result. First, you pay off the $500,000 loan in just 16 years and 3 months, instead of 30 years. Second, you save $380,000 in interest that you would have otherwise handed to the bank. And third, you are free from debt 14 years early. However, do not celebrate just yet. To compare fairly with scenario 1, we must calculate further. After paying off the debt in year 16, what do? At this point, you are rich in cash flow. You have the $1,000 extra monthly cash, plus the $3,327 mortgage payment you no longer have to make. This means you have a total of $4,327 per month to invest for the remaining 13.75 years. If you take this huge sum and invest it at 9%, plus the interest savings, your total wealth after 29 years will be $1,328,000. Let's do a quick comparison. Scenario 1, invest only, $1.83 million. Scenario 2, pay debt first, $1.33 million. The difference? Investing wins by about $500,000. Mathematically, investing is king. But wait, life is not an Excel spreadsheet. There are deadly risks that the $1.8 million figure is hiding from you. Why do I say that difference might not be accurate? There are 2 huge reasons. Reason number 1, sequence of returns risk. We assume the market rises steadily at 9% per year, but in reality, the market moves in waves. If you started investing in 2009, you look like a genius. 8 years later, your assets grew 17% annually. But if you started in the year 2000 or 2008, right before a crash, then after 10 long years, your account could still be negative or flat. If you're unlucky enough to fall into a bear market cycle in your first 10 years, the invest-only strategy collapses. Conversely, paying off a 7% loan gives you a guaranteed 7% return. No risk, no volatility. It does not care if the market crashes or not. In the investment world, where can you find a 100% sure 7% return? Nowhere. Reason number 2, taxes and liquidity. The profit from investing is pre-tax. When you withdraw, the government will take a cut of 15 to 20%. However, the interest saved from paying off debt is a tax-free return. Money you do not pay the bank is net money in your pocket. So what do we choose? High-risk investing with massive potential, or safe debt repayment with lower final wealth? The answer from Zen Invests is, why choose? Let's do both. This is the core of the F-squared rule, the Freedom Fund. Instead of putting all $1,000 into one basket, we split it 50-50. $500 goes to extra principal payments, and $500 goes into the S&P 500 investment fund. Here is the magical result of balance. Number 1, you finish paying off the house in 21 years. That is still 9 years earlier than scheduled. Number 2, regarding assets. The $500 monthly investment grows to $842,000. After year 21, you pour all your money into investing for the final 9 years, creating an additional $462,000, and you save $79,000 in net interest. The grand total? $1,383,000. Do you see it? This number is higher than the pay debt only option and only slightly lower than invest only. But the biggest value you receive is absolute peace of mind. You have a growing investment portfolio, and you see your debt dropping fast every day. You are hedging yourself against both ends of risk. The F-squared rule is a great starting point, but refine it based on your situation. Here is the compass I have for you. When should you prioritize debt? First, if your interest rate is above 8%, this is the red zone. A guaranteed 8% return is too good to ignore. Pay it off immediately. Second, if you have bad debt, credit cards or loans over 10%, do not think about investing while this debt exists. Third, if you have weak psychology, if debt stresses you out or causes insomnia, peace of mind returns are more important than money. And fourth, if you are nearing retirement within 10 years, you need to reduce fixed costs to zero. When should you prioritize investing? First, if your interest rate is below 4%, if you locked in record low rates years ago, this is cheap money. Let inflation erode the debt for you. Second, if you have no emergency fund, you need liquid cash before paying debt. You cannot pull money out of the bricks of your house to buy food if you lose your job. Third, if you have an employer match. If your company matches your 401k contribution, take that money first. That is an immediate 100% return. And fourth, if you are young. If you are 20 to 30 years old, time is your strongest weapon. And finally, the F-squared tactical zone. If your rate is between 4% and 8%. This is where most of us sit. Apply the mixed strategy of 50-50. It keeps you from having fear of missing out when the market rises and keeps you from panicking when interest rates fluctuate. My friends, I spent hours building these Excel models, but what I realized is spreadsheets matter less than your life story. For person A paid-off house is a prison because the money is trapped with no liquidity for business opportunities. For person B, a paid-off house is freedom. It is a safe shelter that allows them to take career risks because they know, no matter what, I have a place to live. Are you person A or person B? There is no right or wrong answer for everyone. There is only the answer that fits your life goals. Here is Zen's challenge for the week. Do not rush to open your investment app. Sit down, take a pen and paper, and write out your own definition of financial freedom. Ask yourself, at what age do I want to retire? Can I handle the feeling of my account dropping by 30%? Can I sleep well owing the bank $500,000? Once you have the answer, apply the F-squared rule to make it happen. Remember, money is a tool to serve your life. Do not let your life serve the numbers on a piece of paper. If you found this video helpful, please hit like so the YouTube algorithm can spread it to others struggling with debt. Do not forget to subscribe to Zen Invests so you don't miss the next deep dive financial analysis. See you in the next video, and happy smart investing.